Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about baby names that I love and may use. If you're new to my channel, I'm currently pregnant with boy-girl twins, and my husband Ryan and I are a blended family with a total of 6 boys currently, 3 from his side and 3 from my side. And then of course the twins are together babies. As some of you already know, these babies were IVF babies. We actually did not conceive naturally with the twins. I get that question all the time, like, do twins run in your family? That's probably the #1 question I get from people. And nope, they do not run in our family. We actually did IVF and we put 2 in and got twins. So we're super excited. I'm super excited to name them. Like, I cannot wait to finalize and get a name for each of them. Ryan and I have been going back and forth since we've known the genders on what we want to name them. We have had a hard time coming together and finding names that fit both of us. Like, we both really want to love the names. And so it's just been kind of difficult to find names. And we already have 6 boys, so we both feel like we've kind of picked a lot of boy names already, so it's going to be even more challenging. But for the girl, we do have a few names that we're still kind of throwing up in the air. If we decide on their names before they're born, I will definitely post a video about that, giving you guys like a reveal of what we're planning on naming the twins. And I'm hoping that we don't get to the birth and not have names, because that would be really awful and like stressful to think about. This video is actually going to be a little bit shorter, as I'm going to try and run through these names. I have 24 written down, and Ryan and I kind of went through some of them last night. He didn't have a whole lot of input just because we were kind of going through them, but he did throw some out that he really likes. And so I would say most of these are from my list that I've had written down. So without further ado, I'll go ahead and get started. The first name that I wanted for the boy, it was very easy for me. Like, I love this name, was Cash. And I think of, I think of Johnny Cash, and I think of like Heidi Powell, who is I always want to say, she's a fitness influencer. And her son's name is Cash, and I just think he was always so cute and adorable, and I was just like, I always associate names with like people, and so I'm like, oh, he's so cute, like I definitely want that name. But Ryan did not agree. He did not like the name as well as I did, so we will not be doing that name. Another name that I really liked was Beckham, which I think is really cool. And then Ryan really wanted Dominic, and he wanted to call him Dom. And I think he got that from the movie Fast and the Furious, like Dom. And I don't love the name. I mean, it's okay. It's just, he really wanted to call him Dom if his name was going to be Dominic. And with one of our sons having like a speech issue with having Down syndrome, I don't want it to be really confusing for him to be able to say his name. So I just thought it would be easier. I don't want him to be mispronounced dumb by anyone. So I would rather not have that name for that issue, or for that reason. Dominic in itself is fine, but I know my husband, he really likes the nickname Dom from Dominic, so I was like, no. Braden, we both liked, but we probably won't be using. I really liked Ford. I think it's just a really classic name. I know it's like the name of a automobile. But I think it's really cute and it's very classic. I also like Bryce, spelled like B-R-Y-C-E. I think that's super cute. I like Liam. I do know a few Liams though, so I doubt we'll use that name just because I wanted something that hasn't been, that we don't know a lot of. I like the name Graham and I love the name Maverick, but Ryan really didn't agree with me on that name. Seth, one of our older sons, really liked the name Nicholas, and we all like it. It's just we already have one in the family, and it just happens to be one of Ryan's first cousins, so we don't want to name, our son with another Nicholas in the family. So we did not do that. We really liked the name Kai. I don't know, my husband was kind of saying it as a joke, but I really like it. It's spelled K-A-I. And then I really like the name Avery. So, and I think that could be used for a boy or a girl. I also like the name Micah. I think it's just kind of like a cute spin-off to Mike or Michael instead of just like that generic, just kind of adding something a little different to it. So Micah, and we know a ton of Mikes. And then Ryan really likes the name Rory, but as you can even hear from my speech, like it's really kind of hard to pronounce. And so again, with having a kiddo with Down syndrome and another one with a speech impediment, I don't think it's a great idea. I know a lot of kids struggle with the R's in their early years anyways, so I just don't want it to be that difficult to say a name with 2 R's in it. I also like, this is actually our last name on the list as of now. I'm sure we'll be adding more, but this is the last one I have, which is Isaiah. And I love this name. I was really kind of hoping Ryan would be down for that name, but he wasn't about that one either. We do have another boy name picked out. We have agreed, like we both like it. And I think it's just kind of like, if we can't find anything better, this is probably what we might name him. So the boy. And so we're just trying to make sure, like, and just figure out, like, are there any other names that we would consider? I don't want to say the name yet, because if we do decide to name him this, then we'll put it in a new video. And then same thing with the girl's name. I actually really like a girl name, and I think Ryan is mostly on board. But again, there's still all these other names that we really like, and we just want to make sure that it's the right one. So one of the ones that I really liked, I've liked forever. I actually thought if Trey was going to be a girl, this was going to be his name, her name, which is Mackenzie. I loved it. I naturally have curly hair. I straighten it, but I just imagined this little girl with curly locks named Mackenzie. And I just thought, how cute. But we're not going to use that name. And then Ryan likes the name Lila, which he really loved that name. And it would be cute, but we also have a dog named Lola, and I just think it's a little too close. I also like the name Harper, and I think Ryan was mentioning that could go either way, like boy or girl. And I just think it's super cute. Ella, because I feel like Ella is like really dainty. I just imagine this little ballerina. And so with all these boys, I just really feel like we could use some daintiness in this family. And then Penelope, I really like that name, and Ryan nixed it. Emma was another one, which I thought was super cute and girly. I've liked Chloe since high school. I think one of my friends from middle school, her sister's name was Chloe. But I've always really liked that name. Even before that, it was just so cute. I love the name Reese. I just think that's adorable. Who doesn't like Reese Witherspoon? That's who I think of when I think of that name. And so I don't think Ryan's gonna go for that either. And then the final name that we had picked last night, well, I shouldn't say I picked it, Ryan brought it to my attention, was Mishka. Now, a little backstory about that name is that Ryan had told me that if we ever had a, what is it? Not a German Shepherd. It's like, oh man, what are those dogs called? It's like they have blue eyes and they're like black and white bodies. Oh, I can't think of it. Anyways, he was like, if we ever had one of those dogs, I would totally name it Mishka. And so he said this a while back, and then last night we were sitting in bed and he goes, I really like that name for a girl. And I'm like, we're not naming our little girl after a pet name that you picked out for our future pet. Like, no, no. And it actually does fit well for this kind of puppy. And if your name's Mishka, I am not trying to offend you. It just, once he had already set it for a dog that we would potentially have in the future, it wouldn't fit for our child in the future. So I was just like, I can't. And that's really, I think, it. That's all the names that we have picked out so far. We do have, like I said, a couple of other names that I'm just kind of holding off to the side, praying that we can just agree on, and then it'll be good. So we both really like the names. It's just, again, we really want to make sure that we are choosing the right name and that there's not another name out there that we would like better. Let me know in the comments below if you're expecting as well, or whether you're having like a singleton or a twin pregnancy. I love connecting with other moms out there. I would love to hear like some name suggestions that you guys might have. So also put those in the comments below. I just think that we could use all the help we could get with trying to figure out a name for these two little ones. If you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already below. Until then, we'll see you guys soon. Bye.